The Yuuzhan Vong, a species unlike any other in the Star Wars universe. Their technology was alive, their religion was brutal, and they were one of the few only forces ever to push the Jedi to near extinction. But how did they rise to power, and what made them uniquely capable of conquering the galaxy? To understand that, we need to go back to the beginning. The Yuuzhan Vong were an extragalactic race, meaning they didn't originate from the known Star Wars galaxy. Instead, they came from a distant and now dead galaxy that had been ravaged by war long before they set their sights on the Republic. Their homeworld, Yuuzhan was unlike anything seen in the galaxy. It was a living planet, a massive organic world that existed in harmony with its people. In their early history, the Yuuzhan Vong may have been peaceful, even connected to the Force. But everything changed when they became caught in a devastating conflict between two ancient droid civilizations. This war reshaped their entire species. Caught in the crossfire, the Yuuzhan Vong were forced to evolve. With the help of the living planet, they bioengineered powerful organic creations, living weapons that could stand against machines. They eventually emerged victorious, but at a cost. From that point on, they saw all artificial technology as a heresy. To them, mechanical constructs were an insult to their gods, impure, unnatural, and a direct violation of the sacred laws of life. And so, they dedicated themselves to purging the galaxy of all technology, embracing a fanatical belief that only organic life should exist. Their society became a religious war machine. Pain and sacrifice were woven into their very culture, and as they grew stronger, they turned their war not just against machines, but against all other civilizations. Unlike the Republic or the Sith Empire, the Yuuzhan Vong did not rely on traditional technology. Instead, they developed something far more terrifying: biotechnology. Their ships were not built, they were grown. Their warships, known as world ships, were massive coal-like vessels capable of adapting to new environments and even healing themselves when damaged. Their armor was not forged from durasteel, but from living organisms, quantum crabs that bonded with their wearers. Their weapons were serpentine creatures called amphistaves, capable of shifting between whip and blade, spitting venom and even deflecting lightsabers. The Vong's Shaper caste was responsible for maintaining and evolving this organic technology. They developed entire ecosystems of bioengineered creatures, from living starships to parasite-based plagues. They didn't build machines, they grew them, twisted them, and shaped them into deadly instruments of war. But biotechnology alone wasn't what made the Yuuzhan Vong so deadly. Their culture was a true weapon. The Yuuzhan Vong followed a fanatical religion known as the True Way. They worshipped a pantheon of gods, chief among them Yuuzhan, their creator deity. According to their beliefs, Yuuzhan sacrificed himself to create all life. And that's where things get dark. Because of this belief, pain and sacrifice weren't just religious rituals, they were a way of life. Warriors would mutilate their own bodies, replacing limbs or organs with enhanced creatures, enduring extreme agony as a way to prove their devotion. The more pain they suffered, the higher their status in society. Their war leaders, known as war masters, were chosen based on their resilience to pain and their strategic cunning, and at the very top of the hierarchy sat the supreme overlord, the ultimate ruler of the Yuuzhan Vong. But there was something even more terrifying about them, something that made them the ultimate nightmare for the Jedi and the New Republic. When the Yuuzhan Vong destroyed their own homeworld in a civil war, something strange happened. They lost their connection to the Force. Unlike every other species in the galaxy, the Yuuzhan Vong were invisible to the Force. Jedi couldn't sense them, couldn't predict their movements, and most terrifyingly, couldn't manipulate them with the Force. Mind tricks useless, pushing or pulling them with the Force ineffective. Even lightsaber dudes were more dangerous, as their bioengineered armor could withstand Jedi strikes. For the Jedi, fighting the Yuuzhan Vong was like fighting a void, an enemy that didn't follow the rules of the Force, one that they had never trained for. But their greatest strength wasn't just the technology or the resistance to the Force, it was their strategy. Unlike the Sith, who sought domination through brute force and deception, or the Empire, which relied on military superiority, the Yuuzhan Vong fought wars differently. Their entire military strategy was based on a long-term subjugation. They didn't just invade planets, they transformed them. Wherever they conquered, they terraformed worlds to match their own twisted biology. Cities were torn down, ecosystems were replaced, and entire planets were reshaped into Vong strongholds. And because their ships and weapons were alive, they could adapt to new conditions much faster than traditional military forces. And they also invaded the Star Wars galaxy. And when they finally invaded the Star Wars galaxy in 25 ABY, the Republic was completely unprepared. The Yuuzhan Vong cut through New Republic defenses like a knife through butter. They conquered planet after planet, devastating entire star systems. They wiped out trillions, and they even killed Chewbacca, crushing him under a falling moon. The Jedi fought back, but their greatest weapons, their lightsabers and their connection to the Force, were almost useless against the Vong's tactics. The war raged for years, pushing the Republic to its limits. But let's go back to the question we asked ourselves at the beginning of this video. Why were the Yuuzhan Vong so uniquely capable of conquering the galaxy? I have 3 reasons. First, their biotechnology gave them an unparalleled advantage. Their ships, weapons and armor evolved in battle, making them unpredictable and nearly unstoppable. Second, their fanatical devotion made them fearless. They didn't fight for territory or resources, they fought for their gods. Death was not a defeat, it was an honor. They made them impossible to intimidate, impossible to break. And third, their severance from the Force made them the Jedi's worst nightmare. They couldn't be sensed, couldn't be manipulated, and could be countered in traditional ways. So, if the Yuuzhan Vong were so powerful and unstoppable, how did they fall? In a future video, I take a deep dive into the Yuuzhan Vong War itself, analyzing their invasion, the Republic's desperate fight for survival, and the shocking way the war finally ended. So, if you want to know how the galaxy managed to defeat the Yuuzhan Vong, stay tuned for my future videos. But all of this is just legends for now. We can only hope that in future Disney Star Wars projects, the Yuuzhan Vong will finally be canonized. And we can also just hope that if they do that, they will do a good job. Which I'm a bit scared about. But let me know what you think in the comments below, and if you want to see the video about the Yuuzhan Vong War, don't forget to like and subscribe so that I can see that you like this video. And thanks for watching, and as always, see you later.